dormant blade fuse taps, where it goes from the mini fuse up to the bigger size fuse, and you can put one of these connectors on it. 16 gauge, or you can go a little smaller with 18 gauge wire, because it wouldn't go in when it was curled like that. And you can also adjust the size of them. Staggered them because they both wouldn't fit in there if they're the same length. So the left one is the hot side, and it's a little longer than the right side, which is shorter, and also towards the driver's side because the cover would not fit on there. So just they go down at each end and they bend slightly flat so that the cover can go on. And then right here on the hot side, I put an inline fuse, which is down there. Got my butt connectors there. I'm gonna go ahead and shrink wrap it later, but here's my inline fuse for the mini one. It was kind of a pain in the ass to fit in there. I don't know why, but still got my fuse on the hot side, and we're gonna route it all the way over to the driver's side through the little grommet. I'm a licensed electrician, so I got a real nice meter. I'm just checking for continuity every step of the way to make sure the butt connectors are good and the inline fuse is good and all that. So then when I'm done, I will put my tester there, flip the switch, and make sure I got continuity and it's sending power to the four-wheel drive, and when it's not. I'll route it this way, and then I guess I got some more of this in my apartment, so I'm gonna cover it up with that and then zip tie it somewhere so it looks decent. Take this off and route it through the little grommet underneath the dash. Feeding it through the firewall, I'll definitely take off at least the hot side because you don't want to ground it and then there's no, you'll blow the circuit or the fuse, whatever. There you go. A little grommet there. You gotta push out and feed my wires right long enough. I don't know, coat hanger or whatever, something that's decently long and sturdy. Giggity. Go right through there. There it is. There you go. There's my JB4 wires, and I'll go right next to them, feeding my wires here. Here's my little fish tape run through. First, that's where you need it. It's all tight and snug in the engine bay, then you know you'll have plenty of wire over here, and you can snip it. And there's my switch. There's my brake boost switch, and that one is my four-wheel drive on-off switch. These little nice rocker ones look nice and clean, different color, and I did red wire for this one, so I know which one's which when I pull them through. And it doesn't matter which one's which because it's just a switch. The two bottom ones there, and I can put a power to the third prong if I wanted the light to illuminate, but it's going to illuminate when the switch is connected, working normally, and I don't want that to be on all the time. And here's my little continuity test. So the switch is now on and it's supposed to be working normally, providing four-wheel drive. So one side's touching that lead. You know, I'm tapping the other lead. So the switch is on, it is connected through the switch, providing four-wheel drive, and it is protected by the same fuse. Go ahead and flip the switch off, which will make it rear-wheel drive. Continuity when I touch this. Nope, no continuity. So now the four-wheel drive is now turned off. Here's the other side, hot side, works. And nothing, so there's no continuity, so the switch is off. It is now rear wheel drive, ready for a burnout. Yes, I know it is kind of a ghetto setup, but I'm going racing on Sunday, which is tomorrow, and I got something ordered. It's a little socket, goes in the small mini slot, 20 amp, and then goes up to these big spade terminals, so it'll look a little better. But that's how the JB4 freaking hooks in there, or the meth, whatever. Here's what it looks like. The red wires are inside the sleeve right there, zip tied in a few places, going all the way over to there, through there. I could have went through, I don't know if there's another spot over there and not go underneath there, but around there I taped it black, zip tied it to the harness, and it goes all the way down there through the car. It is. I'm gonna get a vanity plate for that side to cover all that mess up. But there's the wire and the engine cover on. There it is, goes in there. And and then sneaks down inside there. That's not my wire, that's another one. But there's my red wires coming through where my JB4 came through. I'm gonna zip tie them all up there underneath the dash, and then they're gonna pop out right here. There's my brake booster switch there, and then there's my four-wheel drive switch. I'm just temporarily did it to test it out. Now you can cut it now since the engine bay is all tightened up. Alright, there's the finished product. Now I had it before and I just added a ground to it, so the light's gonna come on. We'll see how it looks. The hair is dark, and here's the two switches after I put a ground to them so they're illuminated, what they look like. So now the brake snip right here only sends power to it when I hit the brake. So I'm gonna undo that one, and I can leave the four-wheel drive one there so I know it was in four-wheel drive. For a test run to see if the switch works and see if it flipped back and forth from rear-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. And it stayed in rear-wheel drive. Super easy to do a burnout, it's ridiculous. So I opened up all that to see what was going on, and these little tabs were too wide to fit down each side of the mini fuse, so I had to snip it lengthwise so it would fit in there, and now they're snug and it works. Alright, let's try to burn out. Switch.